everybody. Oh, we're back. Been making pens all day, having a good time. I also poured a gecko just to figure out how much it takes, because they're pretty cute. Got to twist my thing here for my apron. There we go. It's all twisted up. I don't know how it gets twisted. It must be when I put it on, it does the thing. There we go. All right. Little twisted up here. Feel like I'm getting my parachute on. All righty. All righty. Let's come over here. Oh, almost hit the end stream button. Don't do that. My goodness. Kevin was here early at 5:34. And Joe was busy cooking a delicious dinner. No doubt about that. Let's see. Kevin asked, what did you make? And she answered, Hawaiian pork over cabbage with baked potatoes. That sounds pretty rough there, Joe. I'll take 2. Hello, Denise. Getting ready to head home. You're probably heading home now. Be safe. I know you might even be home already. I know it's not a big job or big draw. Big drive. My goodness, I can't speak today. Cindy Bennett's in the house. Hello, Cindy. Let's see. Joe, Cindy, Kev Dog, Christina C. Hello, Christina. Nice to see you in here today. Hi, Kevin. Is that job changing things around? Is that job changing things around in the store? I don't know. What does that mean? Hi, Kevin. Is that job changing things around? He's part of the remodel crew, but he's a regular store associate, probably stocking shelves, moving pallets, unloading trucks, maybe even a cashier. He doesn't know yet. He's just going to go there. He doesn't really have much to do with the actual remodel, just cleaning up from the remodel with the shelves and stuff. Hello, Stacy H. Good to see you. Let's see, Stacy Hardy. There's Crafting and Crime Daily. She had some Dr. Bombay's tropical sherbet fruit delight or whatever it was, but it was orange and pineapple, and it seemed as though she was very much enjoying it. So hope it was pretty good. A lot of sugar. Hey, Caroline, good to see you. Rachel's here. I just can't listen right now, still at work. No worries, Rachel. We'll be here when you're probably getting off work, I hope. Stacy Ittersagen's in the house. Man, we got both Stacys here. Stacy Hardy and Stacy Ittersagen. Very nice. Marion Lake Craft is in the house from Scott Air Force Base somewhere in Illinois. Very nice. Got a whole crowd. Cynthia, good to see you back. Let's see. Hi, everyone tuning in. Yeah. 30 minutes driving. Oh, 30 minutes. I thought it was closer. I don't know why. Well, it's in Florida, and that's what counts, right? Unless you're going to Alligator Alcatraz, and that might be about an hour, right? Let's see.
Mr. Jacob.
I need to get me a T-shirt for Alligator Alcatraz just because I love the idea. I mean, that's why Alcatraz in San Francisco was so phenomenal when it was open, because you couldn't escape. Not even a chance. You would never make it to shore, and nobody ever did. Good plan. Hey, Jacob, good to see you in here. All right, everybody is here, and that is exciting. So StreamYard is definitely having its challenges. If you watch the premieres, I was recording, and I kept looking over every once in a while to catch when it would freeze, and I think I was pretty good about it today. So, yeah. Let's see. Joe is up first, and we have a couple of E-pens here. Let's see. She wants hers 4 1/4. So we got to cut these down just a little bit. These are her blanks. She's got one of these Rapture resin super glittery blue blanks. and this beachy sand type of blank. And I'm going to cut this end off over here. And Joe, you'll have to tell me, do you want to have as your pointy part the sandy part or the blue part? That's the question. Which one do you want? Because the other one will have a what do we call that thing, Kev? The bee stinger on it. And this one's easy. It's the same all the way through. So let me measure those and cut those down. Let's see. Got to find my scribble stick. Here's my scribble stick. Let's see, I'm over here. Kevin's confused me. He's in the shop and he's over on my desk. I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing here? Oh, yeah. All right, so let's get these in here. 4 1/4, 4 1/4. Beautiful. So you want a finger pointy on the blue. Very nice. Your bee stinger in the sand. Let's see. All right, we got to do a little something different today because we need to create these to be e-painter pens, which means we're going to take this out and put our chuck on there to hold them. So that comes out like that. And I push it through the middle with this little rod right here. That's how it taps it out. And I'll lay that down here on the workbench. And on this end over here, let me move this to the other end because that'll be out of the way there. Then this one here, you just retract a little bit and it pops out like that. So that'll come out. And then we got to put this thing here to drill through it because both of these for Joe are going to be e-painters, which may take her above Carrie's e-painter collection, or the e-painter pen. And we'll take Mr. Chuck here, put him on this end here, so he screws onto there. Then we'll screw these jaws in to grab one of these here. Whoa. Yeah, gotta be careful of that. Can't do that. Sucks it right up.
Does that to me every now.
Yep. And then we just adjust this so this is going right through the middle. And then we will tighten that sucker down. And then we'll spin a little bit to make sure it's going nice and straight. And it is. It's got a little high spot right there. So we'll tap it. Oh, that's almost perfect. There we go. Now it's spinning roundy. And this will go in. Now, when it goes in so far, because these flutes, once it gets so deep, you can't extract all the information or all the residual stuff. It actually can't move anymore. So I got to pull it out, clean it off, and then put it back in again. All right, here we go. Blower's on. So this is the first step to making an e-painter. And as you can see, it comes off really nicely. And then there's a point where it stops flowing, like right there. And I literally can't push it in anymore. So I got to bring it out, clean it off, and then go back in. Yeah, Rebecca went live this morning, and I was in here just dialed into making pens, and all of a sudden it was noon, and I'm like, oh, man. So I caught the rear end where they were eating the ice cream. Of course, she was going through the process of, what do you want to see next week? Remember the ice cream called Rocky Road? Had nuts and marshmallows and chocolate, and I can't remember what else was in it, but that was pretty good. Or Heavenly Hash, I think it was called. Heavenly Hash. It was a kind of Rocky Road. Can't find it anymore. I guess it has fallen out of popularity. Okay, now it's all the way through. Whoops. And that came out. There we go. See, I got jammed in there. I should have. I'm going to pop it out and jam it in nice and hard. Larry, I heard you've arrived. Hope all is well, buddy. Hope all is well. All right, now we'll do the next one. What's that? Well, when you spin it, Kevin, you'll get a high spot. You know, like when you're balancing a tire, like right here, it's a little high. So I tap it so it spins perfectly around.
Today I found out in one of our cruises on the Destiny, so he's going on our 54th Disney cruise.
I don't think they can hear you. Might be too far away.
I'm just telling you.
Oh, okay. Kevin was telling me he was watching a video of a lady that's going on her Facebook group where some lady is going on her 54th cruise, 5-4. It's a lot of cruising. Disney cruises.
And from now until November, should be going on 6 of them. That's fun.
And Cindy, like I said, I cast up a gecko. It's physically a little smaller than I thought. Might not be able to take it out of the pot tonight. I put it in there probably about 4:30, I think, my time. So it won't be out till at least 8:30. Okay, this one is all the way through now. Very nice. Yeah, it's heat sensitive. Pretty cool, huh? Kevin was buffing up that pen that changes colors, the heat sensitivity from Rapture resin. He thought that was cool. It is cool. All right, these guys are good to go. Let me turn the blower off. All right, let me take this apart here. All right, we're done with the chuck. Now we'll put the live center back in. Got to blow that little hole out right here. That way nothing gets in there and makes the dead center sit funny. There we go. We'll get this up here. Let me put some bushings in the blanks here. All right, here we go. All right. Let me turn my pad on over here on the wall. I did wash the diapers today. Finally got to the point where I couldn't find a clean spot on the diaper, so I just said, you know, time to take them down and wash them. Let's see, where's my live at? Oh, why are you using that? You're going to hurt yourself doing that. No, yeah, just use your finger to knock it off. Don't do that like this.
What?
Yeah, don't do that. Don't use that rag. That will catch your finger in there and tear your finger off. That's not good.
That's never happened.
Yeah, don't do it. Use this right here. See this? Just use a toothbrush. Kevin was using a little rag to get the little shavings off of the drill press there, and it keeps sucking up the thing. Let's see, where is my live? I got to get my live on my pad here. And I don't want him to get his finger stuck in there because that drill will just pull your finger right off or strip the skin off your finger. And that would be ugly. Very, very ugly. There's the live. All right, let me get the notes up here. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Come over here. Let's see. Let's go back up here. Jacob's in the house. Tim, the Seaside one can't be an E-pen. Well, it says E-pen on the instructions. Why couldn't it be an E-pen? It'll be an E-pen. Well, here's my instructions. E-pen and E-pen. No word flipper on there at all. Oh, she goofed as she's coming in here now, and I've already drilled them out. She has another one. Well, Joe, the question is, do you want an E-pen or do you want a do you want an E-pen or do you want that to be a flipper? No, it'll be fine if she wants an E-pen. Everything can be an E-pen. Absolutely everything can be an E-pen. No worries.
No, you can't tell.
That's awesome, Marion. No, any pen can be an E-pen, even Fordite, because we have proven that now. Let's see. Spend can be used as a regular pen too. Sure, yeah, absolutely. Just don't hook up your hose to it. Yep, absolutely. Larry's in the house. Welcome in, Larry. Yeah, Cindy likes Rocky Road. Remember Heavenly Hash, though? Back in the 80s, that was all the rage, and then I can't find it anymore. Hello, Sandy. Good to see you. Let's see. Yeah, as long as you can slip a tip in there, you don't have to hook the hose up. Yeah, it'll be just fine. Yeah, the E-pens, anything can be an E-pen, which is awesome. I got to turn down the brightness on this light because it is bright. Let's see if that adjusts the light a little better. It's like that's a hot blue. That's not too bad there. Yeah, so we'll have to watch this tonight. StreamYard is struggling. The giveaway tool doesn't work, so you can't do the old pound word in there type of thing. Yep. Okay, so here we go. Got to get my RPMs adjusted in. Here we go. All right. Let's get the tape off first. Let's see. And what does Joe get? She gets, I know it's a .46 on the Turtle Beach baseball bat. Okie dokie. This is not the Turtle Beach. So this is the other one. She wants a pointy baseball bat. Excellent. And let's see, what did I learn today while I was turning pens with my headphones on? Isn't that cool? We're going to start selling these too because these are fun to make. Carrie's is pink. She'll come in a little while and show you. Let's see where we're at. But there's actually a lot of interest in the pens, which really has blown me away. And they're pretty cheap. Yeah, Rebecca Carey has said that these pens I made, my very first two, are now our daily wedding bands. And I said, okay. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, this one here, this would probably be $45 because the blank is really expensive. Well, it's a lot more expensive than the other stainless steel one I did before. So, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it all worked out. Check out Carrie's pink ring. It's really cool. And what I've learned about rings is you can't produce 100 of them. You have to produce one as a model, and then people can pick their size, and then you can make the one in that size. I may have to learn how to list products and help Carrie out doing that. All right, let's see how far down we are. We are down to a 0.49. That's right. Well, I got this one here, Rebecca, but it's too small. I was actually just playing around one day. It's actually a size 8. And it's black, plated black, stainless on the top with this hot pink in it, but it's too small for you. So we'll eventually get that up as a model and then say, hey, who wants one? And that one there would be 35 tops.
Gonna have some dinner now.
Oh, let's go have some dinner, Kev.
Mine's not as fancy as Joe's. Dino nuggets.
Kevin's having dino nuggets. All right, let's see how this is measuring, Joe. 0.46.5. Perfect. By the time we sand it down, that'll be right where you need it. All right, let's come over here to the bee stinger end. I wonder if I have a 1/4-inch washer in here. It's a little too small. Let's see if I can drill it out. I think I can hold that with a pair of pliers. Ah, perfect. All I needed was a pair of pliers. So what I'm going to do, what happens is when we're turning these bushings like to start sinking in because the resin gets thinner on the end. So what I need, where'd my pliers? Oh, they're over here. But what I need to do is, if I tighten it up, it's going to go in there and spread that resin. So I just put this little black washer on there. So now it will push against the whole pin and not the end of the pin and spread it out. I hope. Metal would be better, but that'll be all right there. Because I'm done doing that end, it's no big deal. See how it keeps stopping? So what I really need is a metal washer, because that's just about all the way in there now. So let me come over here and look for a metal washer, because the rubber likes to decompress and get little. Let's see. I got all kind of stuff. So now if I just got the right size, we'll be set. Let's see. What are these? These are number 8. Is that hole big enough? Let's go see. No, it's not big enough. Okay, need a little bit bigger than that. And see, the super glittery blanks are weakened by that stuff. Oh, look at this one here. That'll work. It's a big one, but it'll work. Excellent. And the other part won't get to it, so it can't go through it. Bingo. I was putting a washer on there so I don't spread the end of the pin. And I'll probably do the same to the other side when I get it done. And now I can press that together real nicely and I don't break the pin. Carrie sent Kevin in. What are you doing? Hello, Will. How you doing? Let's see. Oh, that is true, Larry. My buddy's an engraver. It's amazing. He has spent $10,000 getting all set up. He's the saddle maker guy. He does engraving too. Doing well, Will. Doing well. Hope you're well too. All right, now what kind of design you want on here, Joe? You want an interceptor? You want just flat and straight? You want a smooth curve all the way to the bee stinger? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Which one do you like? We could do a little TIE fighter on there. Let's see, where did my marker go? There it is. It went fine besides the deer into the side of my car. Those dumb deer, man, they make a dent, don't they? How's the car doing? Okay, that'll be our bee stinger end there. This will be the end of our design there. And that will be the center right there. So what are you thinking, Joe? Little TIE fighter out there. You like that TIE fighter one? That's a pretty cool one. Let's do that. Let's do a little TIE fighter. I love a good TIE fighter on glittery because it makes a lot of shine. Yeah, these elite pens, they get the smallest TIE fighters ever. Makes a statement. Are you Rebel or what's the other one? Alliance or I don't know what they are. Rebel and something else. Coming together good, Joe. Coming together good. Empire. There you go, Kevin. Rebel or Empire. All right, there we go. Oh, I got to round that TIE fighter in there. Now, normally we would do a little cleft on that middle ring there, but this being glitter, that would make it very unstable for the small parts. There we go. All right. Blower is off. Oh, let me change the diaper here because we have clean diapers. I put them in the washing machine. I use 2 together, which gives me 4 per side, which is 8 per towel. So it gives me 16 spots to continue to keep flipping around till I run out of spots. And then I got to wash them because they just get too full of junk. Look at that. Nice clean diaper tonight. How's that? This is an e-painter pen, Will. It goes with any e-painter device. We recommend the Pic Mondu. It's about $30 on Amazon. We've also got 2 in stock that we just sell the same price as Amazon because that's where we got it. And we're not marking it up or anything. But this is the vacuum pump pen that picks up the ABs like a champ. No wax, no putty, just air through it. So it's drilled all the way through, and then we put a design on one end, which would be the tip, and this happens to be what's called a pointy baseball bat. And then on the other end,
screen is frozen on the live.
Oh man, see them StreamYard guys. Let's see, refresh. All right, we're back. It froze. Yep, it froze. Good old StreamYard. They're having their struggles. I even watch other lives and people are struggling with StreamYard if they're trying to do anything beyond just broadcast. Switching cameras, the giveaway tool, I mean, all that kind of junk. So yeah, so on one end here, doesn't have to, but we just sort of make it fancy that way. This end here, I'm standing right now, Will, that's the bee stinger as we call it. And that's where you put the hose in it that does the sucking. Then of course it's hollow. So it pulls air through the pen to the other end with your just regular tip that has a hole in it. More and more people are starting to talk about them now. Yeah, it's StreamYard. So, Cindy, I just had a thought on that gecko. Is there any of the green drill mix left? Maybe just a sprinkling of them in the resin. We could throw that in there. I don't know if there's any left. I'll look, though, for sure. I know I saw a blue mix this afternoon when I was sorting through the old drills. All right, so I see a line there that I need to get rid of that will not sand out. So we'll take this over here. We'll just touch it right in here. There we go. Excellent. Froze again. Doggone it. StreamYard, man. You're sucking wind. I'm going to give it about another couple of days, and I'm just going to cancel my StreamYard subscription and just go back to OBS. All right, there we go. Now the StreamYard, they're struggling, man. They did something last Monday or Tuesday because I woke up Wednesday to StreamYard not working very well. If I use it on this browser here, I can switch cameras. If I use it on the Chrome, this is the Firefox browser, the Chrome browser will not allow it to switch cameras, and I don't know why. Weird. Yeah, always, you're not actually emailing Carrie. You're actually emailing both of us, but Carrie does most of the email. That's for sure. I don't want to throw everything on top of Carrie. Generally, she just prints them out and gives them to me so I can follow the instructions, get things done. But yeah, drop an email and say, hey, and let me see if I can find them. And if I can find them, then I will put them in there. And I'll have Carrie help me pick out a nice bright green. Like I said, I cast that one in the that candy apple red today just as a test. And I think we need a model to put on the website so other people can go, hey, I would like a gecko, because they are really cute. All right, this is feeling pretty good now. Yeah, Will, so there's many people who are saying the e-painter is sort of a game changer when it comes to the fancier drills that don't stick to the wax or putty very well. And you don't have to press very hard when you're putting them down because the adhesive well overwhelms the suction on the little vacuum pump. That's Joe. Joe's just dedicated. That is true, Stacy Hardy. I'm in that business where we test things before we go into production and, do it in the development environment. And I think they blew something. I don't know what happened, but something didn't get tested. And of course, I get it. StreamYard's trying to add a lot of features to stay ahead of the game, but man, they better fix this one real fast because I'm about ready to be done with them. And I'm not angry. I'm just like, look, if it ain't going to work, I'll go on to something else. I don't have time to wait or play or pay while I'm waiting. All right, that's feeling real nice there. Takes a little extra TLC to get all that glitter sanded down to super smooth. And the most important part of the pen is right here. So that's got to be super smooth because that's where your main pressure points will be as you're playing with your pen and putting the drills down. Then the highlights and the high spots, they need to be good and smooth as well. And then the low spots are generally just need to be smooth for visual so it looks nice. Then I listened to a couple of episodes of Police Department, which is a 1932 old-time radio show. Super fun. Love those old-time dramas. And this particular show is sort of the forerunner for all the police dramas we have now. Sort of set up that format. And I do love some old-time radio. Yeah, listen to that Bernie Madoff thing. A whole bunch of details I didn't realize as he scammed everybody on the earth. There's even people who committed suicide because they brought in people that were heavy investors, European royal families. He was a French guy, and I'm sure he couldn't handle the pressure of getting everybody getting screwed, and they all trusted him. So sad, very sad. All right. There it is, all sparkly. And then we will chamfer and buff that end there. It looks very nice. There we go. So you hold it like this, and this would be your hose on that end. And you diamond paint. Just got a little rubber hose hanging off there. Yeah, it was froze on my end. Not your end. Your end was good. Okay, we're going to be pointing with the blue. Yeah, what I do when I drill through these clear things like this, I actually clean the inside out with alcohol. And that gets rid of a lot of residue from drilling, and that will make it look all prettier. All right, let's get us a bee stinger first. Blower on. Here we go. Glad you're back, Joe. Glad you're back and all is working well. Now this one here won't be as weak. Let's see, this is baseball bat on this one. Yep, baseball bat. This one won't be as weak for two reasons. One, we're doing baseball bat, and two, it's pretty much solid resin. Not enough glitter in it to affect anything. And there's some hidden turtles in there somewhere. Probably not down far enough yet, but we're getting close. Let's take a measure. 0.49, very close. Going down to 0.46 for Miss Joe. There it is, on the money. 0.46. That's smooth. I love that sharp negative rake there. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we got to figure out a cool design to do back here. We got a nice sandy beach. There's some turtles in there. Got all kind of turtles, Joe. Very nice. There's some little wispy white stuff right in the middle too. That'll be cool. Let's see what to do on this one. You know, we can make this one different. We can make a flying tire out of it, and the tire would be limited to that right there. Let me think of how that would look. Let's see. Frozen again? Gee whiz. Everybody's telling me I froze.
Yeah.
Hey, April, good to see you in here. Awesome. Welcome in. Glad you're back. Let's see. Probably because I watch the live on my TV and follow the chat on my phone, my brain forgets that they go together. Yeah. In fact, what's funny is the video freezes, but I'm still talking. All right. So if we put a tire right there, the tire will be that wide, and it will slope up out of this way here and slope up out of here. That might look pretty cool. We haven't done that yet. What's that? What? Oh, yeah. Jess, Kevin wants me to tell you he just buffed your pens. Carrie's going to be busy shipping tomorrow. Actually, she might be up late tonight doing it because I'll be in bed by 11 o'clock. Don't have to go to bed early because Kevin's orientation is at 10 and I start working at 6:37 anyway. So no big deal there. Let's check this out. This is going to be fun, Joe. I think it's going to be the very first flying tire E-pen. Here we go. Thank you, Kevin, she says. I'm sure if he's in there with Mom, Carrie will tell him. So Kevin is still at Casey's for a couple of weekends. He'll work 2 more Friday, Saturday morning shifts as he begins with Walmart. Right. That is right. Casey was a good place for Kevin. They just don't have enough hours for him. And that's a bummer because Kevin's one of those that pretty much always shows up for work. with his autism, he's sort of black and white. And if he's on a schedule, got to work. You know what, Joe? I still got to do the bee stinger because I don't know if that looks funny or not. What do you think of that, Joe? Do you think that needs a break in there to show where the bee stinger is, or does that look cool? I'm a little betwixt. I'm not sure which one looked better or different. But it almost looks like a genie flute, like you're going to pipe the genie out of the bottle. I think this looks pretty cool. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. It'll look like a sand genie bottle down here. All right, blow her off. Let's get to some finishing here. I hear the pitter patter of Carrie coming in. Let's see. I am looking for, oh, here it is, my water bottle. All right. You could call this flying tire the breakers because it is the difference between the sea and the sand. Look at that. I didn't even plan it that way. It just happened to space that way, and it looks cool. Sometimes it just works out all by itself. Triple digits. Woo, April. Dang. Triple digit temperature. That's some hot Colorado right there. All right. Hello, Mia. How you doing? Hey, hey, Jacob, are you here? You could ask Mia what color resin she wants. Yeah, he's soaking some cinnamon right now, Mia, and he asked what color resin, and I said, I don't know. Have to ask Mia. Jacob might still be watching and lurking, or he exited, not sure, but either way, good deal. There's Jacob. I was taking a break today for about 15 minutes and popped into Mia's live. And then I didn't say goodbye because I was lurking. I was just now making more pens. Hey, Jacob, we did one of your thistle things for Denise today. Man, did that thing come out gorgeous. Gosh almighty. Hey, Jacob, if you cure it, does it still smell like cinnamon? I would imagine so, because you're not going into the plant fibers. You're going into the air spots in between the plant fibers. Yeah, thistle and cattail, sexy. I have heard that the resin has a hard time getting through the shell of the bean. And I see guys having fits turning those things. Maybe you figured out the secret. And I think I had one of your blanks that had the center of the thistle not filled. Handled it pretty well, though. Good night, Jacob. Sleep well, buddy. Say hi to the wife. Take her to another concert. Yeah, you know, if it's too big, you may want to have someone resize it for you over there, Mia. Bye, Stacy. Oh, Stacy was leaving. I can't keep track. I got to keep watching the pens. All right. Put a little bit of moo juice on there. All right. Here it comes. A lotus pod. I don't know what a lotus pod is. There it is, Joe. Nice, April. April's done with her rainbow bridge. All right. And what I'll do, Joe, is we'll get some alcohol and I'll take this brush and run it through there. Back and forth. And that'll clean all that stuff out as much as possible. I don't have any alcohol on it right now, but that's what we'll do. Clean that up real nice. All right, there's Joe's. A couple of E-pens worked out like a champ, babes. She says, okay.
You could.
We can do it.
Oh, yeah, that's the bucket.
Then we got a couple of Stacy H blanks here. Let's see. I think she's still here. I thought she left, but she was saying goodbye to, or no, she's left. That's right. I said goodbye to her, or I said goodbye to Jacob, but he was saying goodbye to her. Whew. Do that 5 times fast. Okay, now we got, she wants hers to be 5 1/4. Shoot you now. Why? All right, that one will be there. We got a Jacob Jansen coming right up. I'm telling you. Yeah, she wants a few drills on top because it'll go to the bottom and be on the top of the gecko. Well, she wants the green ones. I'll look through the box. You just take the order. I'll look through the stuff. She's looking because she made that mixture. I may have used all her green. I don't know. But we had that Seahawk green as well. So we might be able to use that. Here's a Jacob coming up. Look at this one here. Care, don't worry about it. I got it. I got it. You take the orders, I fulfill the orders. You will. Be nice. I am nice. She am nice. All right, let's see. All right. Okay, these are all drilled. And Stacy gets a 0.46. She's down there in the Joe range. Now I'll show you something. Let's see, let's just go. Have to think about drilling that one there because it's got to be offset just a hair. I got to get this one just right. And it wants to go back over to the center. I don't want it in the center. There we go. Got to ease it in. See if I can do this other end the same way. All right, that is perfect there. Other ones are easy after that one. I like this orange and blue one here, or orange, blue, green one. All right. We're going to do this 3D printed one first because that will give us a chance to let it cool down. And I'll show you what I had to do on this one here. 4 of my best dogs just, oh, I do the same thing to Denise's dog, Dexter. If I start whistling the theme to the Andy Griffith Show, which I'll do here in just a second for you, he does dances for me like this. And her dog Dexter goes crazy. So what I had to do for here is, although Jacob's printing these thinner now, this is an older one, is I want to get rid of this level of plastic on the side. It's easy to get these 2 sides here because I just drill in the middle on that line, but I have to take half of that measurement and go that way so that as it spins, this is off center and will be cut off, because we don't want this will eventually not be part of the pen. So on both ends of these, I have to offset it a little bit so that the pen comes out of this resin area here. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I've been whistling for 60 years. There you go. Denise's dog, Dexter, is happy. I love it. I love it. That's so fun. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the 3D printed rounding first, and then we'll let it cool down, because as we're rounding it, we're actually putting a lot of heat into the plastic because of all the friction created as it's, removing it. All right, here we go. Full speed, blower on. Everybody hold your ears. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, here we go. But this makes a great pen when we're done. It's really beautiful. So I get pretty aggressive with it after I round the initial corners, and then get aggressive so I don't build up too much heat, and then let it relax. Got to tighten that up just a hair. Yep, yeah. So Jacob has modified that. He takes great feedback. I'm happy to give feedback, never complaining. We always fix everything, but anything to make it better and easier and probably faster, because if he has to print less plastic, it'll go faster and use less plastic, and that saves money. And most of the casters are just like that. They take good feedback and modify to make it easier for the pen turners, because most of them have turned quite a bit themselves. Now let's see how far we got now. So we got the back off, and now we're just rounding. The back and the sides are gone almost completely. And now we're just rounding it down. Beautiful. Now this blank is pretty much skinned off, but if I feel it, it's a pretty warm blank. A lot of friction came in there, so we'll just leave it alone for a little bit. But that's the pattern we're left with, and that is a very cool pattern. Good color mix, Jacob. Probably going to lose a little bit of this pink, but we'll try to preserve some. But it looks cool. And get all this. And this, when it does plastic is really heavy, so it just, in its static electricity, sticks to everything. Ain't no big deal. We got air. There we go. All right, now let's get the other one over here. This reminds me a little bit of Miami Dolphins. Got the orange and that kind of blue-green looking thing there. All right, blower still on. Here we go. That's funny, Denise. The question is, does it work yet? All right, nice and round. Let's see, let me catch up with all this chatting here. So Mia says, are you making 5 blanks at a time like those blocks I've seen from other blank makers? She would take 2 of them. Stitch my puppy now. Oh, that's right. Puppy's up on there. Dexter's happy. That's good. Yeah, that is a 3D print. I'm modified. Took the sides off. Nice. 7 likes, 21. Thank you, Joe. Do the math. Math is hard. Let's see. Christina, thumbs up. Thanks, Joe. Denise, oh yeah, new employees there. That's great. Denise says April. Nice, that one is. Didn't realize that it has the Dolphins colors. Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly, but it's pretty close to the Dolphins, I'll tell you. And I like those color combinations. 2 of 4 of them. Well, that is progress, Denise. That is progress. Hello, Dennis Mecco in West Virginia. Good to see you. Where are you in West Virginia? Because I grew up in Wheeling. Graduated from Wheeling Park High School many moons ago. Okay, let's see what Stacy's got here. She got baseball bat .46, and we'll figure out some cool design for the middle. Payton City. I know where Payton City is. Absolutely. I haven't been there in 45 years, but I know where it is. My brother still lives in Glendale. I actually lived in Bethlehem, but that's essentially part of Wheeling. .46 on the money. I'm all dialed into that .46 after Joe's. Yes, I do remember that, Denise. And yeah, I didn't mean it to be, but it turned out to be that way. It's pretty much those colors of those guys. The good old Dolphins. Every time I think of the Dolphins, all I can think of is Dan Marino and Don Shula. And I knew there were many other greats. Back when I was a kid, we used to get these slushies at 7-Eleven. And we get them in these special football cups. And I got the Dolphins cup. And I think it had Larry Zonka. Was Larry Zonka a Dolphin? I don't know why that name stuck in my head all of a sudden. Yep, yeah, Greasy. Yeah, I remember Greasy. Bob Greasy. Of course, growing up in Wheeling, we had in the 70s, it was the Pittsburgh Steelers and Terry Bradshaw and Franco Harris and Roberto Clemente on the Pirates. All right, we're down about that range again. Let's see where we are. Let's see, 0.48, getting close. Yeah, go join Rebecca's channel. She just went over 4,000. Needs to maintain that sucker. On her way to 10,000. And Rebecca, when Jacob gets back in a few weeks, he's going to sell me some ring supplies that he had purchased. He's not going to get into the rings because he's doing crazy with the blanks. And since I am, I said I'll buy his stash. So he might have some pretty cool ring blanks in there. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Will never happen again. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, 72 Dolphins. Amazing. Undefeated. The only ones ever. But at 72, I really wasn't paying much attention to football at that point. I was only 11. I hardly knew my name at that point. And you know, Denise, when I went to my first store manager meeting with Walmart, Dan Marino was the guest motivational speaker. And I thought, well, that's pretty cool. He was a terrible speaker, though. Good night, Jacob. That's all right, April. When you get a moment, we'll take care of you. That's cool, Rebecca. You're a ring collector. Wonder who would charge for what? Oh, you mean Dan Marino? Oh, probably $10,000. He only spoke for 30 minutes. I was not impressed. He wasn't a great speaker, but what a great quarterback. Man, this thing is begging for a flying tire. Do you see it? There's an orange streak right there in the middle. I wonder if it comes all the way through. Let's see where the middle is. Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty spendy. The only thing he's lacking is a Super Bowl ring, right? Did he get one, or did the Dolphins win? Oh, it's offset a little bit. That's a bummer. This might just qualify for vases. Let's go in that direction, see how that works out. That might look pretty cool. Sunset Beach. And what I say to that, Larry, is poof, you're Sunset Beach. Easy as that. Not you, but the pen. You know, it's funny, I didn't think about it, but my ring is sitting there, and I'm thinking, what great advertisement. I should put a little thing right down here on the bottom. Rings by Tim. Get some now. They're so fun to make. I figured out I could actually take them into my office and make them while I'm on conference calls. Wow, you can't pay me enough. Those are future people that are watching football. My goodness. Those guys don't understand where their money's coming from. Well, we're glad you're in here, April. We're glad you're here. We're a generally friendly bunch. We're glad you're here, that's for sure. Okay, here we go. We'll finish this baby up. What'd you call this one, Larry? I got to go look up there again. Some kind of sunset. Let's see. Where's Larry at? Larry. Call this one Sunset Beach. That'll work, Larry. This is now Sunset Beach. Somebody sent an email to Stacy. Stacy, your Sunset Beach is on the way. Absolutely. Sunset Beach it is. Ooh, that's smooth. Ooh, that's smooth. You know what part of my body gets the most tired at the end of the day, making all these pens on the weekends? Guess. Somebody guess. Everybody guess. Absolutely, Larry. You come up with them, we'll name them, baby. Not my knees. Good guess, though. You would think that. It's actually my right bicep. Not even my fingers. Yeah, you would think my fingers would be tired, right? They get to move around a little bit. They get to do this part here. This one's just holding the bottle. So the fingers do pretty well. They're never sore. But my right bicep, when I'm done at the end of the day, is as hard as a rock. because when I'm doing this, I'm literally pushing up, doing a bicep curl all day long, off and on. Isn't that funny? I never would have thought that. And it's not a hard press, it's just a constant pull upwards. that's funny, Taylor. That's funny, April. I can't wait to see it. Is yes, absolutely. I can only do that. The beach is this way or that way with my right arm. The beach is this way. But I never realized it. And one day I'm walking out and I go, man, why is my bicep so tight? It was literally hard as a rock. And I said, oh, because I'm literally pulling up on it all day long. I've been in here since about 7 this morning. Got up at 6:30 and farted around for a little bit and then came in here and started getting busy. And so off and on from 6:30 till now, that's what I've been doing. All right. It's a multi-trip step, isn't it, Christina? You buy the blank, you forget what they are, then you see the blank, watch it created, and you get the blank and get to play with it. Let's see. I didn't get all 14 done from when I told you on the live because I had difficulty with one blank. So I got to, let's see, 9, 8, and 8. So 16 and 9 is 25, 26, 27. This is the 28th for today. I was hoping to get 40, but I had a problem with a blank. It took a little extra time to figure it out. So it stopped me. And then it was about 4 o'clock and I was getting a little tired. I'm like, I'm just going to go in and watch stupid YouTube videos with Carrie. So for about an hour and a half, we watched stupid YouTube videos. And then we went live. So for the weekend, it'll be just a hair over 50. And I'll be turning some tomorrow too. Let's see. And I poured a couple of things, made a couple of trays, and poured those little animals, some for Cindy, some not for Cindy, but then all of a sudden they became Cindy's. Little extra junk. Then I poured a gecko. We're going to see how that comes out. All right, there is Sunset Beach. Very nice. There's some piece of glitter in there or something like that. Something from that green. Yeah, not bad. Not bad, Christine or Mia. Always love to get more, and my brain says, you could do more, you could do more, and the time just gets eaten up. And then that StreamYard thing, I mean, I got to go reset StreamYard. I was doing Denise's video, had to reset it a couple of times. I was doing, Carrie, her was this afternoon, KJ, and had to reset it about 4 times. So that takes time, you know. Every time you go, there's 2 or 3 minutes, and those 2 or 3 minutes add up. But it was a successful weekend. For sure. I think by the time Carrie processes the new orders and she ships out all these orders, we might be at about 75 orders behind. We used to be like 110 orders behind, but we're slowly making gains. Hey, Mia, what time's it getting to be over there in Denmark? So the ring blanks, Larry, can go from, I just bought a bunch on Amazon, and I'll show them to you. Let me turn that blower off there. So these are some ring blanks here that just have a straight fill. So you fill that with something, sort of like that pink one I showed. And there's blue, and there's gold, and there's copper, and there's a sort of an iridescent kind of thing. The problem with these is they are plated, which means when I'm done turning them and finishing them, they're going to look like that pink one I showed, which is right here. So as you're finishing it, you're polishing this, so the rest of it's black, but the top of this becomes stainless steel again, because these are all stainless steel blanks. So these are really just practice blanks, and if somebody likes that look, that would be cool, but it's not the ultimate look. Now these down here are the same thing, and by the way, all these blanks are about $1 each. So these blanks are mass produced, and they're pretty cheap, and they come in a whole bunch of different sizes. Here's Rebecca's right there, size 12. That might be hers, but this comes in black plated again, and then brass plated. So that's just the color. It's not the actual metal. So anyway, yeah, these are fairly cheap because they're plated. Now, the blank that I have on my finger, to show you the contrast, is a $10 blank. So this one was $10 just for the blank, which is still not that bad. With a little bit of material and some labor, and you get a ring for $35 to $45 depending upon what you're filling it with. But that's still pretty dang reasonable. And I'm not, making a ton of money on it. I'm just having fun and learning. So the price is pretty low currently while I learn. As soon as I learn and become the master, then we'll go to at least $50. I don't know. Anyway, yes, these are pine cones. What's that?
But there's mine.
Yeah, there's Carrie's ring.
Oh, look at bruise.
You got a bruise. How'd you get that?
IV.
Oh, man. That's good.
Okay.
BUF. Don't know what that is. So Carrie's ring is the same style as mine, just filled with different stuff.
I think it's the 7.5, right? Yeah.
That one's 7.5, which is her size. But even the titanium rings, they're $10 to $15 depending on where you get them and what kind of design they are. You can get ring blanks that cost as much as $30 or $40, but those are few and far between. But the titanium, the ceramic ones, they don't change color. They're the color they are, and when you're finishing them, they look great just like when you started. And yes, these are pine cones, little pine cones. And with the plated ones, the more you wear them, the more banged up they get, the more little nicks you'll see in that plating, depending upon how rough you are with them. So over time, the super cheap ring blanks will not look great, but it's pretty inexpensive, so they got a life of how much you give them. A buddy of mine who's getting married, he wants me to make him a wedding band, and he wants the inside to be whiskey barrel wood, which is available, and the outside to be hammered tungsten, which is available. So I can slip one ring inside the other and beat the crap out of the outside one to make it look hammered. Actually, you're not beating it, you're actually scuffing it with a little Dremel tool. And that one will probably be $100 ring, likely. I don't know yet because I haven't ordered stuff for it, but. Yes, ma'am. And they're not terribly expensive. They're just titanium. Yeah, I mean, you can ask whatever you want, Larry, but I would rather sell 100 at $50 each than try to sell the same amount dollar-wise that don't move as fast. And the more you produce, the better you get at it, so you'll make a better profit with your efficiencies over time gained. Like, I'll get better at applying the inlay, I'll get better at finishing, I'll get better at not overfilling so I can finish faster. So all kind of fun efficiencies you can play with there. It's like a garage sale. When you're having a garage sale, Is your intent to really make money, or is your intent not to take that crap back in the house? I've always looked at it as my intent is not to take it back in the house. So when we ran a garage sale, a couple of them over the years, that we're cleaning out the garage or whatever, I will hang signs everywhere, no reasonable offer refused. And there was a garage sale one day, I made $1,700 and had almost nothing left at the end. Because my idea of a garage sale is get rid of this crap. I don't want to spend the labor to carry it back in. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Here. I think sometimes people have garage sales to try to raise vacation money. That's okay too. But they end up taking everything back in because they think it's a retail store. I think I need to turn. I got to turn this blade here because it's getting dull on that edge there that I use the most. Super sharp over there. So let's come over here and do that. I usually put a little mark on there, the marker mark. Where'd my pen go? Oh, my fan went off. Can't have that. So yeah, pen or ring making, lots of fun. Just getting into it. Bought some tools. Made a couple. Where did my marker go? I have lost my pen. What was I scribbling on last? Okay, I got a bunch of auxiliary markers from Denise, but I'm always reluctant to pull one out because I want to use the ones I already have out. But here goes. Pulled a new one out. Okay. Okay, I was turning my blade on my tool here. Let me mark 12 o'clock, and I'll loosen it and turn it. All right, that has been turned. All right, this will cut a little bit better. Oh my goodness, yes. Now I got to take it real easy with it because it's super aggressive. It is less forgiving than the worn down side. That is for sure. It takes a couple of pens and then it breaks it in. Let's see. If I could get some more antler, I would make more. Yeah, me too, Christina. Get rid of the junk. Nice, Larry. All right, let's see what we're going to do with this stuff here. We got a little tear out on the end here. Trying to get the blank makers to leave the pine cones out of the 1.5 inch on either side. Just put them in the middle because this is where your pen grip is going to go, and you want to do it. You want to, but they generally make these for ink pen makers, not diamond painting pens. So we're sort of living in that world of the ink pen world, because that's a bad place for one there, because that's got a chunk missing there, which I have to fill in with some CA glue. Okay, there's one. I think that one's right in the middle. Let's see where it is. All right, it is almost in the middle, but I can highlight that one by coming over here to about 7/8. Now let's go 3/4. Either way. Boy, that new marker writes so nice. The other one really gets beat. Oh, frozen. Dang it. Here we go. And we're back. Yes, garage sales are a lot of work, a lot of preparation. I've even sold the tables that I was working off of. Okay, here we go. Now, it's going to be very aggressive for this tool here. So I'll keep it up at a really good angle, because, man, it will grab that blank. It is so sharp. I have to go real slow on the next couple of blanks here till we get this edge broken in. Larry, you're a talented guy, buddy, I'll tell you. Oh, man. All right, there it is. Looks like a heartbeat right there in the middle. Or somebody trying to swallow something. Yep, that's about everything. Remember one time we were moving and I'm like, just take it away, people. I would take all the clothes. That's the thing I did, Price. I do remember that. I would take all the clothes we were offering, kids' clothes, all that kind of stuff, and I would just put it on a blanket and I'd say 25 cents each. And people would go through it. I got 10. How about $2? I said, good deal. Give me your $2 and take those shirts or pants or whatever we were selling. Yeah, my goal is to not bring it back inside. I listed Carrie's knee stroller, knee scooter. What do you call those things you know, when you get a foot operation, you put your knee on, you scoot around. And couldn't sell it on Facebook. It's a $100 scooter, nearly brand new. $50 I was offering, not a nibble. I put it out by the curb, and it was gone in about 3 hours. Somebody just came by and took it. They did the exact same thing with Carrie's old gaming chair. It's nearly brand new. She hardly even used it. Just put it out by the curb. It's gone. Someone came by and took it. Heck, it might even be somebody who's going to resell it somewhere for almost nothing, but that's cool. It's out of my way. Yeah, that's looking pretty smooth. That's right. $2. I want my $2. Take it. Take it. I want my $2. Got into the end of the day. I even sold these metal storage cabinets, and I mean, sold everything. And Carrie's like, how much money did you make? I said, $1,700. What? What's left? I said, not much. And what was left, I just put in the trash can. I wasn't bringing it back in the house. That means I got to sort it, store it, figure out where it's going to go, all that junk. I'm like, no, thanks. I'm good to go. See you later, alligator. That's feeling pretty good. Now on these here, because there's wood in there, we're going to dry it. We're going to clean it off. Then we're going to dry it. And then we're going to add the beeswax for the wood and polish everything else up. All right, so we got it all nice and clean. I do that. Usually I don't get a lot off it, but sometimes I can't see all the stuff that's on there, but it's all off now. Then we'll get a dry paper towel. And we'll dry the pine cones. Oh, I got you, April. You don't want to stand out there. $2. I want my $2. Name that movie. I don't know. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to be embarrassed because I should know that, right? Okay, so that's what it's looking like right now. Looking pretty good. And now we're going to fill it with some beeswax. Better Off Dead. I have never seen Better Off Dead. I know what that movie is, but I've never seen that. Whew. Now I don't feel so embarrassed. And right now I'm just building up heat. So whatever wood fibers are there will absorb the beeswax and the vegetable oils. And then we'll wipe off the excess. Very good. And now that it's all absorbed, we will polish up our, and what I do is I use with the residual polish on there with a little bit of water. I don't want to flood it with a bunch of white stuff and then get that all stuck in any crevices or whatever. So there's plenty of polish embedded in this rag, and that's what we use to polish it up. There we go. Let's see what it looks like. Very pretty. Got a lot of resin on this side. And as you spin it around, you get all the pine cones. Very nice. And my idea was to highlight this pine cone right there. And that one got filled in pretty nicely on the edge. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 pieces of pine cone in there. Or little baby pine cones. Very cool stuff. Oh, I'm frozen again. Dang it. Just when I pulled it off, right? I better watch that movie, huh? Here we go. I'm going to reset here. Boom, and we're back. No, it's not the weather. It actually is StreamYard. Something is wrong with StreamYard. Okay, let me show this one again. All resin on this side, very cool resin. Now on this side are all the pine cones. Very cool. Very nice. Beautiful stuff. All right, everybody. Whew, that's the end of my day. I'm exhausted. 14 hours is enough. What is that one there? Anyway, been a great weekend. I'll be back tomorrow night. Carrie will be doing her live, kicking with Kettner and doing all that kind of stuff. Hey, Caroline, good to see you again. And Mia's is there. Yeah, Mia's still with us. Nice. Okay, everybody, have a great evening. I appreciate you being here. Can you hear me? Let's go see if it's live here. Let's see. Where's that one here? How about this one? It's me. So, yeah, that's working pretty good right there. So, not frozen, Larry. Thank you very much for letting us know. But you guys have a great weekend or great rest of your weekend. I'll see you tomorrow night. Carrie's got her Kicking with Kettner at 7 p.m. I figure we can get a couple of pens turned around here tomorrow evening. So we'll see you then. Everybody have a great day. Mia, get some sleep, sister. Bye-bye.